So if you have been running ads or you are dependent on ads for your business, you will also notice that this is the time when Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, all these different kinds of advertising platform becomes really expensive, and you're likely going to see an increase in your CPM, right? Which basically stands for cost per thousand impressions. So in other words, it literally means that your ad cost during this period, this Q4 period, is significantly going to be higher. This doesn't mean that you just put your ads on pause and wait it out, especially if you still want to leads and sales coming in, so that you can crush your sales target or your revenue target for this year, right? Hey, it's Errol here, and in this video, I want to be able to break it down to you why the cost of running ads during this last quarter is significantly higher, and also provide you with a few steps that you can utilize to lower down your CPM and counter the rising costs for this holiday period. So before I dive into it, and if you like videos like this one, right, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, I want to welcome you. This is where I'll be talking about funnels, I'll be talking about offers, I'll be talking about ads, I'll be talking about mindset, and a little bit of trading, and basically some stuff that I currently do on the side for additional means of income. So if you are into any of this, do consider subscribing to my channel. So let us get back to this video, right? So the first thing that you got to understand why running ads this time of year is significantly higher. The reason is simply, because this is the season where people are starting to spend more, money due to, events such as Black Fridays, Cyber Mondays, for those of you who are residing in the West, right? And for those of us who are residing in Asia, in Southeast Asia, we have sales like 10/10, 11/11, 12/12, right? And not to mention Christmas and New Year's, right? So what's basically happening is all these huge companies, right, are now ramping up the ad spend. And I'm talking huge amounts here, right? Or budget, like millions of dollars in ad spend, right? And this causes all the ad costs to basically rise, right? And some companies, they will have allocated budget for marketing beginning of the year, right? So, and if the budget is not fully utilized, they tend to use up all the remaining budget before the year ends, right? And since most of the ad platforms goes by the bidding system, okay, so there's a spike in demand, right? And the supply stays the same. So it's basic economics, and this leads to using a higher ad cost towards the end of the year, okay? So I'll be sharing with you a few steps that you can utilize to lower down the ad cost during this period. Number one, if you want to lower down the cost of your ads, the first thing you got to do is to start to go as broad as possible in your targeting, right? CPM is usually determined by how narrow your targeting is, meaning the narrower your targeting audience is, the higher your CPM will be. So let's say you target a certain audience, like let's say 300,000 people, right? This is considered a very niche down number. So you will certainly find that your ad cost will be 2 to 3 times higher when you just going broad, right? So instead of trying to go narrow in terms of your targeting, this is the time to go broad instead, by using big keywords and targeting a wide range of people, right? This is basically what I did with my own ads, our own campaigns, and we go broad instead of narrow. And what I did is we targeted a certain state, and then we left the age open from 18 to 65. Then we just let Facebook decide. That gave us a much cheaper CPM and converted very well for us, right? So obviously, if you are in the States or your target market is in the States, it is not possible to target the whole of United States, but rather you can target a certain state, for example Arizona, right? And set up the age group and let Facebook decide what they want to do, right? So the next thing that you want to be doing is to use automatic placement, right? So what automatic placement does is that if you go on Facebook or you go on like Google, usually they will ask you, where do you want to run your ads on, right? So if you select automatic placement, what it does is it allows Facebook to decide where to show your ads in the places where it is likely to perform its best, right? So in short, if you let Facebook or Google to have the control, you will see a lower CPM. And the more you want the control where Facebook and Google is targeting, or what Facebook and Google wants to target, the higher your CPM is going to be, right? So in my opinion, I think that's how they reward you, because you're basically, allowing the algorithm to do what they think is best for you, right? So of course, there are certain times of the year or season where this will not work best, because there are certain times that is better to narrow down your targeting. But like a period like this one where everything is significantly higher, it's so much better to just let Facebook or any other platform that you are running your ads on decide what's best. Okay, so the next thing you can do is to turn on detailed targeting expansion. So basically when you run ads, there's this checkbox, right, where it allows you to check this thing called detailed targeting expansion. And what this thing does is that it gives the platform the control where you are targeting a certain group of people. Right, so let's say you are selling women's bags, right? Your ideal audience will be women, right? So if a detailed targeting is on, you are allowing the platform to target out of those keywords that you selected. In this case, men. Okay, so you might be asking, hey Errol, isn't it a waste of my ad budget if my products are specifically targeted to a certain group of people? In this case, women. So think of it like this, right? In most cases, they may not be your ideal audience, but what's more important is that if your CPM is going to be way cheaper, you're getting cheaper conversions. That's the end goal, right? So you always want to start with the end in mind. And in most cases, the advertisers running ads have only one goal, right? Which is to achieve a lower cost per acquisition, right? So 90% of the time when we turn on detailed targeting expansion, we get cheaper results. So all of this comes back to the same principle, which is the more you allow or give control to the platform to make the best decision it deems best for you, the cheaper and lower your CPM is going to be, right? So the number 4 step that you can do is to use CBO, right? CBO simply means campaign budget optimization on Facebook, right? You can optimize your budget on a campaign level or on the ad set level. So what you want to do is to tick the checkbox to turn on CBO, right? So when you turn this on, what you are doing is, again, you are allowing Facebook to decide which targeting or which interest targeting to work best for you. So again, giving Facebook the control rather than you having to control, right? Where you want to spend your money on each ad set, okay? So here you go. I really hope that all of this makes sense to you, right? And you enjoyed this today's video, right? This is just 4 simple things that you can do to lower your CPM. So if you do all these 4 things, right, you're likely going to see a decrease in your CPM, even though it's much more expensive for everyone else, right? Again, as always, let me know what is your biggest takeaway, and if you like this type of videos, please smash the like button, and it does help with the algorithm a little bit, right? And help this channel out a little bit. And subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this one. And I will be seeing you on the next one.